The Man Who Saw Infinity is a by-the-numbers biopic, but it has a lot to say. Unfortunately, by following the standard Hollywood formula, the inaccuracies add up. Every variable in that formula could have been changed for accuracy to make this a better film, but the spirit of the man depicted is still within its form. The movie is about the extraordinary Indian mathematician Srinivasa Ramanujan. It is inaccurate in some places, but not irredeemably so. I think this film deserves far more attention than it has thus far. Ramanujan came from Madras, India, now called Tamil Nadu. He became a Brahmin, which means he was very religious and a strict vegetarian. He had a gift with math and began writing his findings down. He did not have any formal training, only a rudimentary knowledge of notation.
Impressive. If Sir Francis comes here, at least pretend to use this.
In the tradition of his family, he was part of an arranged marriage at the age of 22 in
I am Ramanujan.
And I am your wife.
He began to be noticed by local mathematicians who started to recommend him elsewhere. After being denied by some British professors, his brilliance was recognized by a mathematician at Cambridge named G.H. Hardy. Cambridge University brought Ramanujan to England and enrolled him in some classes in 1914, just prior to World War I. He worked with Hardy on further mathematical research of all kinds. They made a significant pairing since Ramanujan's work was based on his intuition, while Hardy was married to procedure.
What an unlikely team we make.
Yes, but intuition is not enough. It has to be held accountable.
They had their differences. For instance, Hardy was an atheist, but they did great things together.
No, I can't believe in God. I don't believe in the immemorial wisdom of the East, but I do believe in you.
I won't go into the specific theoretical math that these guys did. After all, I went into history, not math. But the movie explains at least one of these things quite well. In 1917, he had been diagnosed with tuberculosis.
It's not good. You've all the early signs of tuberculosis.
His refusal to eat the food served by Cambridge on behalf of the Brahmin belief in vegetarianism exacerbated the problem.
Stop. He's a vegetarian.
Potatoes, sir. How's that any better? The potatoes are cooked in lard.
By the end of World War I, Ramanujan was beginning to seriously show his sickness. He also was coming to the realization that many of his ideas from back in India were simply retreading things that Europeans had done decades, if not centuries ago, despite him coming to them independently. Some of these things took their toll, and Ramanujan attempted suicide. He managed to make it into 1919 when he headed back to India. While convalescing there, he continued to research mathematics and kept a notebook. He died in 1920 from the tuberculosis at the age of 35. His final notebook was lost until 1976, and all of his research remains a subject of intense inquiry to this day. Ramanujan's contributions to mathematics have continued well after his death.
It is difficult to put into words what I owe Ramanujan. His originality has been a constant source of suggestion to me ever since I first met him.